Crazy. I'm crazy.
You're not listening to me.
That's because you're crazy.
Like I have a little frog in my throat. A frog or a toad? A toad. So I'm going to drink me a little tea.
Crazy.
Okay, so we have a special guest on tonight. Yes, and the reason why I call him a special guest is because I saw something come down the Twitter feed.
Okay.
So, okay. And I didn't like what I read. Because what I read is not what we said.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And you know, I know that the left-wing media, they always got something to say about Diamond. They called us out of our names. And oftentimes we don't even go toe-to-toe with them. We basically ignore them.
We've been ignoring them too long, though.
But we did retweet this guy to let him know that we will be talking about him tonight.
We will be calling him out tonight.
And so he wanted to come on the show.
Yes, he replied back and he invited himself onto the show.
Right. And we didn't have a problem with it.
Don't have a problem with
it. We didn't have a problem with it. Yeah. So I want, without further ado, I want you all to welcome to the show. His name is Zachary. Now, Zachary, I don't know your last name. I can't even pronounce this here. But please welcome Zachary. Zachary, what's your last name, baby?
Petrizzo. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for wanting to come on with us. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Absolutely. Now. So, Zachary, I saw this tweet and I was very disappointed because I thought to myself, you know, what would make you as a white man, as probably a white left-leaning liberal, a white man who got probably white family members who may have enslaved my ancestors, tweet a lie about two Black women who they say is disproportionately affected by COVID-19. And all we're trying to do is get to the bottom of this so that we won't die off in droves. What would make you want to?
Well, the tweet was very specific, right? The tweet was paraphrasing something you
wait a minute, hold on, Zachary.
I'm responding.
Let me have them put up the tweet. Wait a minute, baby. Let me have him put up here's the tweet, you all. Let me read it.
Yeah, let's give him fair justice.
Yeah, Zachary said, Newsmax host Diamond and Silk say tonight that COVID-19 is not actually a virus, but rather a parasite, arguing that it's a parasite because they basically claim ivermectin is a highly effective drug against COVID-19. They do accurately admit that they both aren't doctors. Okay, so go ahead, Zachary.
Yeah, so I was watching your show one night. I've been covering you guys since 2019, right? Okay. First, I started covering you guys at Mediaite.com when you guys were ousted at Fox for COVID misinformation.
Let me ask you this here, baby. Did you quit Mediaite or was you fired? Because we noticed you changed your whole profile within a matter of days.
Sure, I left for a new job at Salon.
Oh, okay.
It was just a kind of a move to a new outlet and a different position.
But here's
I've been covering. So I met you guys at CPAC way back when, I guess to kind of go back then. But met you guys at CPAC, started covering you at Mediaite, the Daily Dot. Changed my profile just because I moved on to a new opportunity, just like you guys move on to new opportunities as well, I imagine, right? So long story short, I listen to you guys a ton and tweet out things that I hear, things that are interesting, things that I find are newsworthy and interesting. You guys have retweeted me on many occasions in the past as seemingly amplifying things that you said at CPAC gatherings and events in the past. So some of the times it seems like I'm right with you guys, and sometimes it seems like I'm wrong. But I always try to aim to capture what you're saying. So here you were arguing that you believe, and I believe it was both you agreeing to this, that you floated this idea that COVID-19 isn't in fact a virus, but instead it's a parasite. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasonings. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I want to
go ahead. Go ahead, Zachary. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Say what you
go first. That's fine.
Well, we didn't. No, you didn't write this as we floated the idea. You said Newsmax host Diamond and Silk say tonight that COVID-19 is not actually a virus, but
it's a parasite. Yes,
but wait a minute. Listen to what you just said. You said that how did you just say that? Because that's not what you tweeted.
So I said and
you said we floated the idea, but you didn't say
that
here on
here.
your tweet.
Yeah,
that
that's just
we
a
floated
synonym.
the idea.
Sorry, it's just a synonym. It's just
Okay,
a synonym.
all right.
My apologies. Just a
No,
synonym.
but see, wait a minute.
Just as a
But
synonym
but
in
that's
the media
how-
business
wait,
is rip
hold on, Ms.
versus
Zach.
slam.
And I got you. But here's the deal. If you wasn't on tonight, people wouldn't know it was just a synonym.
That's right.
They would think that this is the actual truth because this is what you tweeted.
No,
Okay?
no.
No. You said it's in writing. You said Newsmax host Diamond and Silk say tonight, as if we spoke these words out of our mouth,
Right.
that COVID-19 is not actually a virus, but rather a parasite.
No.
We did not say that,
That's what you
Okay.
tweeted.
but that's what you tweeted.
Okay.
Are you
that-
telling me you didn't tweet this, Zachary?
Was it
So
you?
Zachary, are you a liar? Are you admitting that you are a liar?
Okay, hold on there. Whoa. So first of all, that's what you guys were arguing, right? You guys were arguing basically that it's a parasite because this drug, which some people call horse paste or whatever have you, it's been used as a medical in the past, whatever, right? You guys were saying that the reasoning behind calling COVID-19 that of a parasite instead of a virus was because this medicine was highly effective on it, right?
You say,
So-
whoa. Zachary, baby,
Yeah.
let me help you.
Yes.
Are you saying that's what Diamond and Silk said? Are you
That's
saying
what-
that?
That's what I paraphrased you guys as saying. Absolutely.
Okay,
Is
my
that
darling.
right?
Well,
That meant-
either some things need to happen.
Do
Either
you guys admit that you said it's a parasite?
no. I'm listening to what you're saying, and what I'm saying now is it's got to be some problems here.
Yeah.
Either you have selective hearing,
Mhm.
you are deaf, or you could possibly be mentally ill and you just take anything.
Yeah,
around
so
you.
this mentally ill claim is something that Mike Lindell is claiming, right? He's claiming that Antifa, mentally
You
ill.
don't wait a minute, whoa.
unstable.
You don't paraphrase nothing and say Diamond and Silk
Got
say,
it.
and then paraphrase it as if we said it this way.
Oh, come on,
That's
this is
not what we
goofiness.
said.
Well, let me ask you this question, Zach. You are an investigative journalist, right?
Well, reporter, if we want to be very
Okay,
specific,
okay,
in terms of saying
investigative
said versus
reporter.
floated.
Okay, but as an investigative reporter, it should be your job to investigate, not exaggerate.
But
Right.
isn't that what you guys said, right? You guys said that it's
You
a parasite.
did not
Hold on,
say
hold on.
that.
I have the tape to prove that you guys
We
said it's a
do.
parasite.
We got a tape too.
We do too. So hold that thought. Logan, play clip 2.
I hope this is the right one. Let's
That's
see.
right. Okay, Rick says real
What Rick
quickly. It's because ivermectin costs about $1.50 for the script. Literally $1.50. Okay, love you ladies and thank you for speaking out. Okay, that's right. And they don't like the fact that it's cheap. But here's the deal. I don't care if it's cheap. I don't care if it costs a penny. Will it help people?
Will it work?
Will it work?
But you got to go see who patented what.
That's right.
Who owns the patent to the vaccine?
And can I say this here? A virus. Let me ask you like this here.
Okay.
Why? And this we wasn't even gonna talk about all this, but why is a virus patent? Have you?
Yeah.
Is the chicken pox patent? It's the common cold patent. That's a virus. Why is a virus patent? That lets you know when I hear that this is not really a virus, in my humble opinion, because you can't patent nothing in Mother Nature. Just like you can't go patent the grass, you can't go patent stars, you can't go patent the sun. But all of a sudden now, I heard that this here virus was patented.
And ivermectin is used. It's like a deworming medicine.
That's
it's
right.
used for parasites.
That's right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to say that this is a virus, anybody ever known that any type of deworming medicine being used for a virus and work? See that?
Wait a minute, girl. I got what you just said. So if ivermectin is a dewormer,
right,
and we ain't trying to be doctors, we not doctors.
We're not doctors,
and it works.
And it works.
So whatever was unleashed on us, does it have something to do with parasites?
With parasites. See, when you're in the lab mixing up all of your little gadgets and gadgets, did you go ahead and put parasites in there too? Because see, with the gain of function and everything that they was doing and mixing all of this stuff, they try to make it where it was really transmissible in humans by mixing up animal cells with human cells. Because when they first came out and said something about a bat, I said, there's no way that a bat had sex with a human to create this virus.
Right.
That didn't happen like that.
Right.
And now it's done proved itself out. If you go and get our book called Uprising, Who the Hell Said You Can't Ditch and Switch the Awakening of the Diamond and Silk, we talk about that in the last chapter of the book on what we really felt and how we really saw everything. Okay? So when I think about how this was created, what was created with? Because one thing about parasites, when it gets into your body, it can launch into your lungs.
That's right.
Those the fluke worms. It's parasites is like worms, y'all. That's exactly what it is. Okay.
Don't they use these type of dewormers on animals too?
Yes.
I just want you to push your brain a little bit
further. Push your
brain a little bit
that the parasites can get into your joint, replicate, and now you get stiffness in your joint. It can block your water flow, and you notice how maybe your leg may swell, and you wonder why. It's a lot of different things that can happen to you. But now, Silk is not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not proclaiming to be either one, but I am a human being.
That's right.
Okay. Who have looked into a lot of different things that can help my body.
That's right. That's right.
In the middle of my research, this is what I found out. Okay. But it's not making sense to me because I've never known of a quote unquote virus where they use and can use medicines for parasites, and it's been working. Right.
This is interesting. It makes people think about things a little bit further.
So you just said medicine for parasites.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna give you a moment. We may have said parasites, but we did not say
like 900 times.
Zachary, we may have said the word parasite, but what you tweeted is a lie because we said, does it have something to do with parasites? You tweeted Newsmax host Diamond and Silk say tonight that COVID-19 is not actually a virus, but rather
it's a parasite.
Arguing that it's a parasite is what you said, and this is not what we said. What you did was you took our words out of context, and really what you did is told a lie, which is slandering is what it is, and trying to defame our character. Now, I hear them talk about toxic masculinity. Is this liberal or white liberal toxic masculinity? So you feel like because you are a white man, you can stop black women for talking about ivermectin or talk about what's going on in this country, especially when black people are disproportionately affected by COVID-19. You have the floor.
Absolutely. No, I completely hear you. Look, what you said was that parasites could be like you made the claim. You said parasites 900 times there, and that's exactly what I quoted.
I didn't say it 900. Wait a minute. I just said it 900 times. You are
my turn to talk. See.
But I didn't say it 900 times.
What happens here is that you guys, Mike Lindell, all you guys all like live in your own universes and float these conspiracy theories. No,
you don't live in yours.
And that's why Fox News even fired you guys, right?
Whoa, Zachary, listen.
Even they were like, oh, you guys are crazy.
Don't mess around and we have a liability. Listen, don't mess around and you be sued for libel and for slander. Because we ain't never been fired by Fox.
Wait. That's worrisome.
Here's the deal, Zach. This is why we never get anywhere, because we need to have a conversation to see and understand why is it that you slice and dice the truth instead of write the direct truth. It's okay for you to assume something, but don't write it on behalf of Diamond and Silk.
Right.
Write our actual quote. What you wrote here was a lie, and it's misinformation. It's misleading. You made it seem as if we gave misinformation to the public, and we did not. You wrote that.
Right. We was having a conversation. Somebody sent in a question. We were trying to have a conversation. And let me tell you something, Zachary. You know, you may not feel the impact of what's happening when it comes to this pandemic.
Right.
Because maybe, I don't know, maybe because of the way you write things. But the black community, people like a Diamond and Silk, people like our white brothers and sisters and counterpart are dealing with this issue.
Right.
So when
I agree.
When it comes to this drug, ivermectin, who the FDA approved for other things, but did not approve this for COVID. If we decide to have the conversation, you as a white man, a left-leaning liberal, you should not have wrote anything when you lied.
I 100% agree with you. That's why people should get vaccinated. That's why the Moderna vaccine has a 90% effectiveness rating, 95.
No. How do you know?
Okay,
Yale Medicine review.
But Zach, you have the right
Yale
to
Medicine review.
You can say that about any medicine that you want, just like we can say that
I
about
agree.
any medicine
It's important
that
for
we want.
everyone in this country to get vaccinated. I 100%
No,
agree.
wait a minute. You as a white man, don't tell me what I get to do. I get tired of white people like you left right-leaning liberals think that you can tell black women or other people what they need to do in this country.
I said
if
every
we
American.
don't choose to get a vaccine, if we don't choose to get poked, we don't have to. Now, what your white lily made behind need to do is go find out, is it spike proteins in this here vaccine that's going to cause people's body to overreact, causing an autoimmune disorder? Aren't you a reporter? Don't you investigate stuff? Why don't you investigate that? Let me tell you something. The FDA, I know that we're supposed to listen to the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. Didn't they approve Fentanyl? But then Fentanyl, what did it do? People are dying.
Didn't they approve what?
As a matter, didn't they approve that?
What? Sorry, I missed you.
Didn't the FDA approve fentanyl? Which is a drug. It helped cancer patients for pain. I think they did that back in 2006. If I'm not mistaken. My thing is this here. Don't tell us as Americans because you think you a white man that we have to do this because you feel like everybody should be vaccinated. You go get yourself vaccinated.
Yeah, but
I did.
Let me ask you this question, Zach.
I took the Moderna vaccine.
And that's your right to do that, but you don't have a right to push that off on me.
That's right.
I said it's important for every American to get vaccinated. That's what I said.
It's their choice.
It's important for you to report the truth.
The truth. That's right.
You are a liar.
For that.
Okay.
Now, what I want to know is why is it that a lot of people on the left, feel like they are the arbiters of truth?
The arbiters of truth?
Yes.
The people on the right or the left or
the left?
People
like you.
I mean,
I'm not an arbiter of truth. I hold on. You asked me a question. Sorry.
Go ahead. Answer.
No, go ahead.
Well, I got one.
No.
Go ahead. Phil.
Do you think that it is okay to lie on people and you make that be the truth? Do you think it's okay? Do you think we don't get to come back and reply or rebuttal back to you that you just basically lied on us? Do you think it's okay for you to just blatantly lie and just say whatever, just make up stories?
Well, I'm confused. I'm confused how I'm very confused how one day you love the tweets, retweet the tweets, and this is very accurate.
That don't mean we love you. Hold on, wait a minute, Zachary. We're not your best friend. If we retweeted you, that don't mean we like you. But you the one wrote this and lied on Dunning&Kruger. You said that we said tonight that COVID-19 is not actually a virus, but rather a parasite. And that's not what we said.
That's what you guys conveyed to your audience. The clip.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay,
you're undermining your own point. You should.
Okay, let me ask you this.
People already on Twitter are saying you lost this one. No. Those
are your white left-leaning liberal friends and the trolls. Let's ask you this, Zachary. Why is it that you as a white left-leaning liberal choose to belittle Diamond and Silk because we have sponsors for our show and we may announce those sponsors?
Because you have sponsors on your show?
Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Why do you choose to take and you belittle us as if we nothing? This is what's wrong with our country. We talk about white supremacy. We talk about racism. We talk about discrimination. And what you did, you belittle us. You took and you lied on us. You slandered us, defamed our character, and you still lying. We were never fired by Fox News. Hold up. We were never fired by Fox News. Where did you get this here? Because you're lying again in the slander. Where did you get we were fired by Fox News? Because you're lying and you're slandering again. Just because the Daily Beast wrote it doesn't make it true. You're a liar and all the rest of them are liars. And listen, what you just did was slander. and you're liable for this here.
No,
yes, you did, because you lied.
What you guys?
You lied. You don't take our words out of context and write something to get clickbait.
Right, because that's what you did. So where did you hear that we were fired from Fox?
So you guys were ousted by Fox News. You guys were.
No, you said we was fired.
Wait. Where did you hear that we was ousted or fired from Fox? Where did you hear that from?
Yeah, you guys were allegedly ousted for COVID-19.
Now it's allegedly. Now it's allegedly.
Yeah, I mean that's like
you
that's
didn't
pretty widely reported.
But you didn't
in your own book or whatever. Listen, Zach. I'm glad that you had the acorns to come on this show to speak to Diamond and Silk. But listen. It is not good to lie.
You should tell Mike Lindell to stop lying because I'm not Antifa. He should stop lying. He should stop saying that I should be arrested. He should stop saying that I should be criminally charged. He should stop.
You should be criminally charged.
Wait.
You should be criminally charged for slandering.
Oh, really? Yo, so now we're arresting political opponents.
This is the reason why we call you all fake news. Because you do not report the news accurately. You report it in a roundabout manner. It is not fair for you to slice and dice the truth.
Right.
To slice and dice our words and then put it in write it up in an article or in a post as if we said it. That's what our beef is with you and a lot more of these other left-leaning individuals. Just a flat-out lie on Mike Lindell, said he did this and that.
How did I lie on Mike Lindell?
And then let me tell you, say one more thing too.
How?
You talk about, whenever you talk about
his
allegedly,
own red team full of crap.
If you don't have the facts, why write it out for the public to see that?
No,
if you don't know
I agree.
For sure.
I agree.
Because you are an investigative reporter. And as an investigative reporter, you should investigate, not speculate or exaggerate. You should be doing your job. Now, let me ask you one more question.
What have I lied about Mike Lindell? You can't make that claim and then not
investigated where this virus came from?
What?
Why hadn't you not investigated where this virus came from? As an investigative reporter,
tell me what I did that lied about Mike Lindell. His own red team member, Josh Merritt, said he's full of crap.
Here with Diamond and Silk.
You guys are like rehearsing everything. You guys have like notebooks and everything too. Why can you not just answer my question?
This virus have affected the entire world. Why hadn't you, as an investigative reporter, investigated where this virus came from?
You know what? I'll investigate it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and not only that, Zachary, with you being white and left-leaning, why are you okay with the left denying Black people therapeutic medicines that could save their lives?
No,
like the ivermectin or
I'm just against. I'm not against therapy. I'm against people taking drugs that are like that aren't shown to be effective, right? Like
okay, but wait a minute, and then have you investigated that?
What, you guys just
have you investigated that, Zachary?
Like, that's no fun. Like,
but wait a minute, Zachary, have you investigated that?
I want Diamond and Silk to live a long time. I want
wait. That's right.
And everyone to be healthy in this
country. Wait, Zachary. We want people to live a long time, and I don't want people taking medicines that wouldn't help them. But let me tell you something. When you and the left put out that ivermectin is nothing but a horse medicine, that's misinformation because ivermectin is also made for humans because it's a dewormer.
Right.
It's a horse base.
What I want to know is, have you talked to any doctors that have treated different patients with COVID-19 and used ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine, and it's worked for those particular patients? Have you investigated that? Yes or no?
So that's like every reporter has a beat. That's my beat. I'm not a health reporter, but I read clinical studies for myself.
One-on-one with you. Have you investigated? You are an investigative reporter.
No. I understand.
Doctors.
I understand. All I'm saying is that different reporters have different beats, right? So some people cover a Trump world, some people cover healthcare, some people cover a lot of different things.
But you're covering ivermectins and parasites.
So evidently you cover healthcare too.
Have you talked to any doctors that have treated patients that with COVID-19?
I mean, I read plenty of news articles that cite doctors. I don't need to.
We have talked to several doctors.
This is getting a little goofy.
Wait a minute. No, we don't want to get crazy. We have talked to several doctors that have treated several patients using ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, and it has done good for the patient.
Then why not just take the vaccine? Then why not just take the
Why
vaccine?
not just
take the vaccine? You guys can be healthy, happy, live with your families,
Let me
be safe.
tell you why. Let me tell
Everything
you
can be
why.
good.
Hold on. Let me tell you why
95%
a lot of
effective rate,
people,
stay out of the
especially
hospital.
black people, I'm about to explain to you. Let me tell you why a lot of people, especially black people, who Biden said voted for him, will not listen to him and take this vaccine. Because when they look at ivermectin, there are studies being done on ivermectin about this here deworming. But when you pull out the Pfizer vaccine packaging, there's no studies and no data. People don't.
I just gave you that.
Wait, Zach. And if you was an investigative reporter and you did your job, you would be looking into what about these spike proteins?
I just gave you data from the Yale.
No.
From Yale Medicine.
You will be looking into that instead of taking our words out of context, writing this tweet, defaming us, defaming our character, belittling us, lying on us, and slandering us. That's what you would be doing. If you said Black Lives Matter, then why are you okay with the left denying black people therapeutic medicines that could save their lives? See, who's the real white supremacy in this country? Who's the real racist in this country? You all can talk about people on the right, but I'm looking at all of you all on the left. And let me tell you something. Them so-called Biden supporters, even they not taking this mess because they don't know what the data is. They don't know the numbers on this mess.
Well,
and
a lot of people are getting vaccinated. That's not right. The last person on the show, Brandon House, was claiming somehow that vaccines are like, if you touch somebody and you have a vaccine, you're like
it's called shedding.
Yes,
it's called
that is ridiculous.
You would call it a conspiratorial, and why don't you investigate?
But it's
so much
inside the
conspiracy
guidelines.
theory. It's going to make my head spin and curl my hair. I don't deal in conspiracy theories. I deal in facts.
Well, then go on.
Shedding? What's shedding? No.
Well, that's because you don't investigate. All you do is sit and lie. You don't investigate people.
Make sure
what you do is sit up and make up lies on them.
They should get vaccinated.
Hey, even that's been on the news about the shedding. That's been all over the news. And what about this spike protein that we keep hearing about it? Is it true? You're the investigator. Aren't you an investigative reporter? When are you going to start investigating something, Zachary?
So then why
making up salacious?
Fair. So then why aren't publications like the Daily Call or the Free Beacon all over this? Why aren't they just busting this thing wide open and proving all your theories to be true?
Wait. Hold on. Just because we use critical thinking.
Can you just
because we use critical
thinking? Okay, so you're not going to let me respond
at the same time. Just because we choose to use critical thinking does not make us a conspiracy theorist. Okay?
No, I'm saying, why does the Daily Caller, why is it look like we're doing that? Why are conservative outlets backing up your theories? No conservative outlets are backing up because they know it's all crap.
What it looks like Diamond and Silk are doing is really your job.
That's right.
Because we're trying to figure out what's going on here. What are the spike proteins? Ivermectin is good for stopping the replications of a lot of different things. It may not even have anything to do with parasites as it pertains to the virus. It might just
so then why aren't conservative news articles running all your things as headlines?
That the fact is we still don't know, but we're trying to investigate so that we can see.
Right. So you guys have great conservative investigative. Why is Sarah Carter on this? Why is Sarah Carter busting this thing wide open at the seams? Why isn't John Solomon just right on the story?
The deal is that
I haven't seen it.
The deal is that this particular virus hadn't even been isolated. There's no documentation on this particular virus. Okay? The only thing we know is what's been told to us, that it was created at the Wuhan Lab Virology of Institute. That's all we know. That it was created there. And they tell us what it was created with. Just like this vaccine, they tell you to take the jab, but they don't want us to ask no questions about the jab. But they won't give us the therapeutic medicines. They won't allow people to have the therapeutic medicines like hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin. They restrict that from the American people because they want them to take the jab. Now, what Diamond and Silk are critical thinkers. We want to think outside of the black box. We don't want you to keep us stuck in the black box that you all want to keep us stuck in. We want to know what's going on as it pertains to our health. And how is it that the same people that want to talk about life, you want to save my black life, you are up there protesting in Texas to take lives of babies. to kill babies. I mean, what the left
this
is, what you are hypocrites.
So I'm not
liars.
protesting that, right? And so I don't so
But
I
we're
don't cover
talking
that,
about
and
the
I'm not
people that you
protesting that.
identify with these left-leaning liberals.
Right,
That's what we're talking about.
The people that always talk about, we want to save your lives. This is for your lives.
Sure.
You're up there protesting to kill babies.
Will you let me talk to that?
Somebody's going to know, why would we take Moderna, which says has 95%, when COVID has a 99% survival rate? Somebody just sent in a question and want to know.
That's a fantastic question. I love that question. Who was it from?
That was from somebody that Mr. CYA.
Mr. C.
That's what they emailed it.
Okay, that's cool.
Can you answer that? Investigate.
Yeah, absolutely. So why would you take a COVID-19 vaccine with a 95% effective rating? Because
that's not the question. Wait a minute. Listen to me, Zachary. Listen. You don't pay attention. You got to learn how to listen.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen to this question. Here's what he said. Ask Zach, why would we take Moderna, which he says has 95%, when COVID has 99% survival rate?
To ensure that the case isn't as severe as it would be without the vaccine, right? Do you guys get the flu shot every year, Diamond and Silk?
No, not every year.
No.
Have you ever gotten it when you were a kid?
I didn't get that when I was a child. My mother.
What about hepatitis A? See, here we go again.
Wait, why not answer the question,
Did you guys
Zach?
go to elementary school?
Zach, there was a question.
Did you guys go to elementary school?
Yes, but Zach.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Don't. Listen, you acting like a white left-leaning little made person. Don't ask me. Did we go to elementary school? Did you go to school? How did you become an investigative reporter and you don't know nothing? You don't know.
Did you guys take shots to go into elementary school? Did you guys take shots to get in elementary school? It's a simple question.
We all had to do that in order to get in elementary school. But there was a question directed to you.
Exactly. You guys took them as a preventative measure.
Okay.
To ensure that you stay healthy.
What's wrong with us as Americans taking preventative measures and medicines like hydroxychloroquine or even ivermectin? What's wrong with us choosing to do that? For humans, what's wrong with us choosing to do that?
You guys have so many notes.
Get a 99.9%
Let me tell.
You guys have so many notes.
We don't have to have no notes.
That's awesome. No, I love it.
Let me tell you something.
We're still waiting on the answer, though.
Yeah, but no, he can't answer that.
Yeah,
and Zachary,
you guys are coordinated. It's perfect.
It's not about us. Listen. You can't answer the questions because you're just out here doing salacious activities, just writing articles and trying to make people look bad. Now, you may not pay what you owe, but you are going to reap what you sow. And when you report Diamond and Silk, do it accurately. Report exactly what we said. Yes. And don't miss our words. Go around our words to create your own idea. So you can put out a tweet and get you some clickbaits from your friends, because you probably ain't been getting a lot of engagement.
That's right.
I think I got more engagement than your tweet, so I'm not sure how that's
Zach,
but
I have
you guys
one
have
more
like
question
1 million
for
plus
you,
followers too.
Zach, I have another question. One more question for you.
Why does Mike Lindell lie about me? That's a question I have for you guys.
Do you think the job that Joe Biden is doing to destroy America, do you think that he's doing a good job?
Why does Mike Lindell lie about me? That's my question, you guys. I'll answer your question.
You ask Mike Lindell right now. You here with Diamond and Silk. I just asked
Joe Biden. Joe Biden. What about him? I'm a reporter.
Do you think he's doing a fabulous job at destroying the country? Do you think he's doing a fabulous job?
At destroying the country? No, I think he's done good at times. At times he hasn't, just like any president in this country's history.
And so, do you think with Black people being disproportionately affected by this pandemic, and with all Americans,
I think that's horrible.
Right now, because we're in the midst of a pandemic, gas prices is up, food costs is up, wood costs is up. Do you think that creates a great morale for the American people, Zach?
Look, like I said, every American.
Let me ask you another question, Zach. Since you are an investigative reporter, do you know? Here's another question: Why would he shut down the pipeline and go over there begging OPEC for gas?
Why would he shut down a gas line and turn to green energy? Well, I think the answer is for a more sustainable future.
Energy? You mean foreign oil? What you talking about?
He went to
So I think it's important.
Not green energy.
Okay, well, you guys keep doing this thing where you won't let me talk. But
Look, okay, we're gonna let you talk. Go on ahead and answer that.
But like, yeah, sure. Like Joe Biden's plan for a green future, I think is important for your kids, for my kids, for all of our kids, to ensure that there's an energy source for them and to ensure that there isn't a global a warming Earth, right? Mm-hmm. We see large chunks of large icelands melting every year. We see, waters rising in like California coming up 3 inches every year. Think about that. It keeps happening and happening and happening, and our Earth keeps warming. I think that's problematic. I think it's problematic. Well, soon we're going to see floodwaters a lot more common.
Zachary, how old are you, darling, if you don't mind me?
How old are you?
Because you look like you're old enough to be my son. Yeah. How old are you?
I am 22 years old.
Okay, so you so young. So listen, with the Earth rotating 365 days of the year, you're going to experience some things, okay? But here's my theory about all of this.
Yeah.
How is it that you are talking about green energy? How will we ever enjoy green energy when people are literally dropping dead for stuff that they're putting in their body because of this pandemic? How are we going to enjoy that? Yeah. How are we going to enjoy something when you have somebody up there making decisions where our country is going backwards? Because it's not moving forward. Yeah. So you may think you're 22 years old and you're being used by these left-leaning liberals, but as soon as they use you up and turn you to dust, they ain't gonna do nothing but talk about you and listen.
Tar me to death.
Destroy you. Yes. That's what they do.
Yeah, okay. Are you okay with them throwing money at Mother Nature?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Am I okay with them throwing money?
Listen to this. Everything that you just described with the Green Deal and all of this green energy, I want to know, how is that going to help Americans now? Because Americans need their jobs.
Yeah, there are going to be jobs in building, things like solar panels.
They don't need to be locked down.
Future. What?
I said that Americans need jobs. They need to go back to work. They don't need to be sitting at the country needs to be open. Okay, and people need to get back to work, and so they can function and be able to pay their bills. Mm-hmm. The businesses need to be open. All of the stuff that you ran down for the Green New Deal and all of
I agree.
Stuff, okay, all of the stuff that you wait a minute, Zach. All of the stuff that you just ran down concerning the Green New Deal and all of that stuff, how is that going to help Americans right now?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, so one of the things is like, we have to build a green new future, right? We have to invest in things like solar panels and gardens and things like this and so much more, and infrastructure that uses electricity. Want us to have a garden. Okay, you just asked me a question. You just asked me a question.
Go ahead, Zach.
Off the road again.
But make it fast, Zach, because you spitting slow. Make it fast. Speak faster.
Oh, I'll speak. Maybe I need to go to the Diamond Silk School.
Maybe you do it. Faster. Speak faster.
Maybe that and Trumpet University. I knew a 2-for-1 degree.
Well, maybe you'll get somewhere, because right now you're stuttering. Speak fast.
That's right.
Okay.
So a shot caller, a billionaire. Yeah. You only 22-year-olds and you got this little job. I don't know. You're probably making minimum wage. Talking about you, an investigative reporter, and you ain't investigated nothing. No. Don't know nothing.
Oh,
what
I see.
Still got milk behind your ear.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's my job. Yeah. Okay, Zach. It's been nice.
It's been really nice talking to you. Now you ain't got to tell them not to ever. You will be hearing from our lawyer. Because what you said was a lie, what you wrote it was a lie, and you didn't quote what we said. Yep. And you owe us an apology because what you said was wrong.
No, wait
a minute, Zachary. Wait a minute. And I want you to understand that when Diamond and Silk are on these platforms, what we're doing is we're having a conversation with people that send us in emails, because we all want to know things as Americans. Because at the end,
they should know the truth.
We want to know the truth. And just because the FDA said it, but just because the FDA said it, don't always make it the truth. Just because the CDC has said it, don't always make it the truth.
Well,
just because the WHO has said it and Bill Gates is running that, allegedly,
Well,
it doesn't make it true.
allegedly. Okay, allegedly.
Yeah.
Like,
It doesn't
even
make it
Fox
true.
News,
See, you
even
didn't
Fox
allege
News,
none
like,
of
you
this.
guys
You
are
didn't
over
You
allege
didn't
it
allege
too
none of
much,
this what you
right?
wrote about us. And even when you talk about us in Fox
So
News,
what you said,
you didn't
parasites,
use
is
the
exactly what you
word
said, and I quoted exactly what you said in
You
quotation
did
marks.
not quote
So
exactly
not.
what
you
we
can
said.
do whatever you want. I came
Well,
on the show.
we are.
Sure. I came on the show and said, look, I don't have a problem coming into the Shark's Den. You know,
Well,
whatever.
listen,
So
it's not. We're not trying to be the shark, but what I cannot let you do, what I'm tired of in this country,
well,
is that
you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of
these left.
I'm tired of being
hold up.
slandered by Mike Lindell.
Well, I'm tired of you slandering us, and this is not the only time
That's
you
not
wrote about
slander.
us. You
That's not
belittled
slander.
us the other day because of our sponsors.
Yes.
You always got little things, and normally we ignore you.
Yes, you
But
hawk
here's
CD.
the deal.
What's false about you guys promoting pet shampoo for
The
dogs?
way you said it
for
was
animals?
belittling. The way you said it was
But
belittling.
what's
No, it
wrong?
wasn't.
What's wrong with us having sponsors for our
What's wrong with
show?
you guys hawking? You guys went from being stars on Fox Nation to being on frankspeech.com.
We're
Because
stars
we
on
choose,
We're
because
stars
that's
on
what we choose
Frank's
to
Speech.
do.
Yeah, what's wrong
Yeah,
with that?
Right.
And in the
This
media
is
world,
America. We
Yeah.
we can obtain the American dream.
and in the
We don't
media
have to
world,
be
typically
stuck in
you
a
want to be
box.
at Fox News.
Well,
You
here's
don't
the
want to be
deal.
pushing conspiracy
Zach,
theories.
wait. Why is it that when two black women have sponsors,
Nothing to do with it.
something is wrong with that? But white women, white left-leaning liberals can
No.
have sponsors, and that's okay.
No,
See,
no,
I'm
no.
tired of you white left-leaning liberals doing that to black women. We can obtain the American dream.
Right.
We can have sponsors. Oh, is it because we not acting like Cardi B? Is it because we not acting like a slut? So if we was acting like a slut, we would be in our place. But because we choose to get up out of place
And be commentators
and be commentators and speak
and
about
think
what
for
we see,
ourselves.
that's the problem for you. And
No, that's
the
not what I
problem
said.
have with
That's
you.
not what I said. And,
Well,
and
well,
now
I
you're
can't tell it.
misaddressing me.
I can't
What
tell
I
you.
said,
What
what
are
I
you
said
saying?
clearly was you guys went from being stars on Fox Nation, which is a pretty big platform, pretty big deal.
It's
And
not
you guys are now
going-
on Frank's Speech
Wasn't
talking
nobody
CBD
looking at that.
shampoo.
Wasn't nobody
You're
look,
talking
look,
CBD
wait.
shampoo for dogs,
Let me-
cats, kittens, all animals.
Listen.
And it just seems like a far stretch for me. It seems like that's a pretty big media story,
Diamond
right?
and
You guys
Silk
were
came
big
on the scene
right-wing
in
conservative
2015,
pundits, and now you're not.
and we are still here.
Wait a minute, whoa. When we went to Fox Nation, because what we did, Zach, let me school you.
School them right quick.
What we did was we licensed our videos to Fox Nation. We were never hired by Fox or Fox Nation. That's what you are. See, but you listen to the fake news.
You guys work on their subsidiary. You guys run with Fox Nation.
cannot fire. Fox
they
cannot
admitted that
fire
you guys
us
were
because they never
those.
hired
And let me say this here. Let me say another thing. And before we went to Fox, we already had 1 million followers, over 1 million on Facebook, over 1 million on Twitter. So Fox didn't make us, but people shows that we was on, we made them because they always wanted us to retweet stuff so that they can gain followers. So that's how that was.
So Fox could not fire us because Fox never hired us.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, you guys had Fox Nation in your bio, and Fox Nation even admitted
But
to
now
you
we
guys
have
being there.
Frank
So
Speech.
We have Frank Speech, we have Newsmax. That's what we have in our bio.
That's
now.
right. And that's another thing. Let me get you straight on that. You said Newsmax host Diamond and Silk say tonight. Why didn't you say anything about Frank's Speech?
That's
in your
right.
tweet?
Because that's what we said. No, we didn't say this. We didn't say what he said verbatim, but that's what we talked about this day.
People don't know you. People don't know what this platform is. Like, this platform crashed 900 times. No one watches this.
Wait a minute, you think? Wait a minute.
watch
Let me
Oh my
stop
goodness.
you. Wait a minute,
I don't see
Zachary.
Mike Lindell fans watch this.
Let me tell you the truth about this. When we were on Fox and Fox Nation, we barely got emails about people seeing us. When we're on Frank's Speech and places like that, we get tons of emails where people see us. So please stop saying that. You may think all of these people are looking at Fox and these other platforms. They not. People want to know the truth because they're tired of people like you and the left-leaning liberals, including Fox, lying and not telling people the truth.
Right.
Now that's the only thing I can tell.
And then for you all to say that people on the right love to spread misinformation, The left, you're spreading a lot of
Sure. No, so I'd be
Right.
more than happy to respond to that if I could. So for one thing, this platform cost Mike Lindell $2.1 million. Okay. No, I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you, the person that created the platform leaked this information to
So what?
So
Whoa.
and
Let me
it showed
stop
the
you from your little behind the
analytics
stool.
show
Yeah.
only like
Be
50
quiet,
people a
Zachary.
night.
Zip
50
it.
people a
Let me
night.
stop you
Zip it.
before you
I
end
have
up
all the
getting sued for
information.
slandering
Zip
because
it.
you don't know what you're talking about.
Zip
do.
it.
If you don't, you youngins got to understand
Yeah.
that. You ain't but 22 years old. Yeah, don't lose your livelihood before you even gain it.
That's right.
You are slandering
That's
when
right.
you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
50
If you don't
people
got
tune in.
documentation of that, don't say that.
And what business?
I just
is
said I
it?
do.
Why are you so
Oh my
concerned
God.
about how much money he spent on this
That's his
platform?
money.
Why aren't you talking about them pedophiles in Hollywood?
Why?
Why aren't you talking about that? Why aren't you talking about those priests that abused those boys?
Why?
Why aren't you talking about this administration and
No
what they
QAnon.
did November 3rd, 2020?
Why you
I'm
not
not
talking
into
about
QAnon
Hunter
conspiracy
Biden?
theories. I'm not into QAnon conspiracy
Oh, it's cool.
theories.
Oh, no.
Wait,
Wait a
wait,
minute.
wait.
Wait,
Okay.
you slandering.
Slandering.
You slandering
No, you
again.
slandering.
Do
You
not,
said pedophiles
do
in
not
Hollywood.
tie me to that.
You just said
Because you are
pedophiles in Hollywood.
slandering.
I don't do QAnon.
I can talk about November 3rd, 2020, because anybody that broke constitutional laws, you broke the law.
That's right.
I
And
didn't.
then listen, our Congress, our Supreme Court, they took an oath to uphold the law.
Constitution. That's right.
And if you broke constitutional
Yeah.
laws,
Yeah.
That's right.
something's wrong here.
And don't tie us to no Q, X, Y, Z, and all of those different things, because we have nothing to do with none of that. We're diamond.
You guys
and
like to
silver.
fly close to the sun on that one. I'll give you that much.
Fly close to what?
The sun.
Boy,
I don't
let
know
me
what
tell you
that
something.
means. Oh my
We know
goodness.
you ain't got nothing,
Okay.
but you gonna get your behind in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
Somebody's
you
gonna
can't.
sue
You can't keep
You
writing all
can't
these
keep. You can't
damnable
keep
things
lying.
about people.
Okay.
Don't
Have
lie
Mike
on
Lindell
nothing.
put me in
Don't
prison.
lie
Now
on
listen,
nothing.
Zach.
Mike Lindell keeps saying he's going to put
Listen,
me in
Zach.
prison. Put me in prison.
Listen, Zach.
I'll
You
watch
don't
out for
trip
the
out.
pillow police.
Listen, Zach. Pay
Are the pillow
attention.
police after me?
Pay
Are the pillow
attention.
police after me? That's my big question. Are the pillow police after me?
Pay attention, Zach. Listen and pay attention, Zach. Thank you. Now look, you have to stop writing these false stories about anybody. If it's not the truth, then don't you write it.
That's right.
Period. That's all that we have to say to you. Now you have a lovely night and thank you for coming on. Bye.
Bye, Zach.
Peace.
Okay, y'all, please, you got to forgive me. Y'all, look, listen.
Crazy. I'm crazy.
You're not listening to me!
That's because you're crazy.